Have you ever noticed that your knees ache more when it rains? Or that your energy seems to dip just as the clouds roll in? You're not imagining it. For many older adults, rainy weather brings more than just puddles. It brings real, physical discomfort, a deep soreness in the joints, a foggy feeling in the mind, even trouble sleeping. And if you're over 60, these changes can feel even more intense. But here's the truth. It's not just the weather causing these issues. Often, it's what's on your plate. Yes, the foods you eat or don't eat during rainy, damp weather may be silently draining your strength, increasing inflammation, and making your joints stiffer than they need to be. And the good news is, with a few smart food choices, you can fight back. You can stay strong, sharp, and even pain-free, even on the cloudiest days. You see, as we age, the body naturally becomes more sensitive to environmental changes. The drop in barometric pressure that comes with rain can affect your blood flow, make tissues swell, and worsen inflammation in your joints. For someone already living with arthritis or reduced mobility, that's a recipe for more pain. At the same time, rainy weather can reduce your desire to move, lead to less sun exposure, which means lower vitamin D, and even change your appetite. All of this can contribute to weakness, stiffness, and faster muscle loss. But imagine, if instead of feeling slower and stiffer every time the rain hits, your body actually felt more nourished, more protected, more resilient. What if there were foods, natural, affordable, even delicious, that could help you do just that? Foods that gently reduce inflammation, strengthen your joints, protect your kidneys, support your heart, and boost your energy, all while being perfectly suited for rainy day conditions. That's what we're about to explore together. No pills, no complicated routines, just real food, real science, and real solutions you can use right away. And yes, there are also a few foods you'll want to stay far away from during wet, stormy weather. Some may even seem healthy on the surface, but for seniors, they can be dangerous, especially during the rainy season. If you've been feeling more tired than usual, if you wake up with sore hips or swollen knees when it rains, or if you feel like your strength is slipping little by little, this conversation is for you. Because the truth is, muscle loss, joint pain, and even kidney strain are not inevitable. You can absolutely take steps, starting today, to reverse these effects. And the first step is on your plate. Over the next few minutes, we're going to talk about 8 powerful foods that can help you stay strong and pain-free, even on the rainiest days. These aren't rare superfoods or expensive trends. They're practical, proven choices that have been studied for their benefits to older adults. And more importantly, they're the kinds of foods that work with your body's changing needs, especially when it's damp and cool outside. Now, before we dive in, let me be clear about one thing. This is not about perfection. You don't have to completely overhaul your diet overnight. But if you start making small shifts, adding just one of these healing foods to your meals, each day you'll begin to notice a difference. Your joints may feel less stiff. Your energy may hold up longer through the afternoon. Your bathroom habits may even improve, because yes, kidney health is part of this too. It's all connected. And if you've already been told you have arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, or early signs of kidney issues, this becomes even more important, because rainy days can make all of these conditions worse. The combination of reduced sunlight, less movement, and heavier meals can be hard on the body, but the right food can help balance it all out. Food that reduces inflammation rather than fuels it. Food that supports healthy blood flow, not constriction. Food that eases digestion instead of burdening it. That's what your body needs when it rains. Maybe you've been trying to eat healthier already. Maybe you've cut down on salt, or started eating more fruit. That's a great start. But sometimes, even well-meaning choices can backfire, especially in seniors. For example, some fruits are high in sugar and may spike your blood sugar on days you're less active. Some dairy products may worsen inflammation. Even common vegetables, if not prepared properly, can strain your kidneys or cause bloating. That's why we're not just talking about what to eat. We're talking about how to eat these foods, when to eat them, and why they work specifically for older adults, and especially during rainy, cool, damp weather. Now, let me pause and ask you something. When was the last time you really felt strong, not just in your arms and legs, but deep in your core? When was the last time you stood up without holding on to something, or got through a full day without rubbing your knees or lower back? If that feels like a distant memory, I want you to know you can absolutely get some of that strength back. It's not gone forever. Your body is capable of rebuilding, but it needs the right tools, and food is one of the most powerful tools you have. Not just any food, but foods rich in natural anti-inflammatories, minerals that help joints repair, proteins that stop muscle loss, and antioxidants that clear out the fog from your brain. Foods that warm you from the inside, improve your circulation, and give your body the hydration and nutrients it's craving during damp days. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. One meal, one choice, one simple swap at a time. That's how healing begins. And the best part? These foods don't come with scary side effects. They don't interact with your medications. In fact, some of them can actually help make your medications work better. by improving your gut health and circulation. This is about supporting your body in the most natural way possible, from the inside out. So as the rain falls outside and you feel that chill in your bones, remember this: you are not powerless. Your body is still working for you. And with a few smart food choices, you can feel warmer, stronger, and more in control, no matter what the weather brings. Let's take the first step together. When the rain falls, your joints tend to stiffen, your energy feels lower, and many seniors find themselves moving less, sleeping more, and feeling just a bit off. But let's make one thing clear: your body doesn't want to be weak. It's asking for the right support. And support starts with what's on your plate. Let's talk about what not to eat first, because sometimes the foods that seem harmless, even comforting during rainy days, can actually be part of the problem. Let's begin with something many people reach for when it's cold or wet outside: processed soup. It's quick, it's warm, and it feels soothing. But the truth is, most canned or prepackaged soups are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and artificial flavorings. For someone over 60, especially with a history of high blood pressure, kidney issues, or arthritis, this is dangerous. High sodium not only causes fluid retention and bloating, it can stiffen your joints, raise your blood pressure, and make your kidneys work overtime, especially when your body is already holding on to more fluid due to the weather. You may not even realize how swollen you are until your socks leave marks or your rings don't fit. And then there's fried food, a common comfort when you're indoors all day. Fried chicken, hash browns, fast food, they seem satisfying, especially when you're less active. But fried foods contain harmful fats that increase inflammation throughout the body. After age 60, your body becomes less efficient at clearing these fats from your blood, which means your joints can swell, your arteries can stiffen, and your risk for stroke quietly climbs. Another silent danger: too much dairy, especially cold dairy, like ice cream or chilled milk. During rainy days, these can make inflammation worse, particularly in the sinuses and joints. And for many seniors, digestion becomes more sensitive over time. If you find yourself bloated, sluggish, or even having more mucus after dairy, it's a sign your body may not be tolerating it well, particularly in damp weather. And finally, this might surprise you: raw greens. Yes, salads. While vegetables are crucial, raw greens like spinach or kale can actually be tough on the kidneys in large amounts, especially when eaten cold or straight from the fridge. In rainy, cool weather, your body prefers warm, easily digestible foods. Cold raw greens can irritate digestion and worsen bloating or stiffness in some people. That doesn't mean you have to give up vegetables, but you need to prepare them the right way. So now that we've gently set aside some of the foods that might be quietly making you feel worse, let's talk about the good news: the foods that heal. The foods that reduce inflammation, protect your heart and kidneys, support healthy muscles and joints, and give you warmth and energy even on the most sluggish days. So now that we've gently set aside some of the foods that might be quietly making you feel worse, let's talk about the good news: the foods that heal. The foods that reduce inflammation, protect your heart and kidneys, support healthy muscles and joints, and give you warmth and energy even on the most sluggish days. One of the best foods you can add to your plate during rainy days is cooked sweet potato. Not only is it naturally sweet and comforting, but it's packed with potassium, magnesium, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and keep your muscles relaxed. Magnesium is especially important. It helps with muscle cramps, improves sleep, and supports nerve function. And sweet potatoes digest slowly, meaning they help stabilize your blood sugar, which is critical if you're less active on rainy days. Another powerful food to keep close is ginger. Not just the powdered kind. Fresh ginger, sliced or grated into tea or warm dishes, works wonders. Ginger has been used for centuries to reduce joint pain, improve circulation, and soothe the digestive system. And during rainy, humid weather, when your body tends to hold on to moisture and feel swollen or stiff, ginger acts as a natural anti-inflammatory and circulation booster. If you wake up with swollen hands or aching knees, a warm cup of ginger tea before breakfast may become your new best friend. Now let's talk about beans. Simple, affordable, and so powerful, especially black beans, lentils, and kidney beans. When soaked and cooked well, beans provide plant-based protein, fiber, and minerals like zinc and folate, all of which are essential for healing tissue and maintaining strength after 60. During rainy days, when you're likely moving less, digestion slows down. Beans help support the gut, prevent constipation, and keep your muscles fed with the amino acids they need to prevent wasting. And remember, muscle loss after 60 is fast, but feeding your muscles the right way can reverse it. Then there's turmeric, a spice. Yes, but also one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods available. Just a pinch of turmeric, especially when combined with black pepper, can help reduce joint pain, improve mood, and support brain health. It's even been shown in studies to lower markers of inflammation in people with arthritis. Try adding it to warm soups or stews, not the canned kind, but homemade ones with vegetables and lentils or shredded chicken. The warmth of turmeric works beautifully with rainy weather and tired joints. Now we must not forget about bananas, a simple fruit, often overlooked, but bananas are rich in potassium, an essential mineral that helps regulate fluid balance and muscle contractions on rainy days. When your body tends to retain more water, potassium helps flush out excess sodium and reduce bloating. Bananas also help with energy and can calm the nerves, which is helpful if gloomy weather brings down your mood. Another healing food you might not expect is barley. Yes, humble barley, often used in soups and stews. It's a whole grain that's high in fiber, supports digestion, and stabilizes blood sugar. When cooked until soft, it's easy to chew and very gentle on the stomach, ideal for seniors. Barley also has a natural ability to soothe inflammation and support the kidneys, making it especially helpful during damp weather when the kidneys are more vulnerable to fluid overload. Let's also bring in warm bone broth, not just any broth. A rich, homemade or high-quality bone broth made from chicken, beef, or even fish bones. Bone broth contains collagen, which supports joint health, skin elasticity, and gut healing. During the rainy season, when you may not be getting as much natural vitamin D, supporting your collagen levels becomes even more important. Collagen helps keep your joints smooth and less painful. It also helps with muscle repair, especially when combined with movement. A warm mug of bone broth in the afternoon can be incredibly soothing, almost like medicine in a cup. Finally, we come to garlic. Simple, strong, and incredibly healing. Garlic supports circulation, reduces blood pressure, boosts the immune system, and can even protect your kidneys from oxidative stress. During rainy seasons, when colds and infections tend to rise, garlic becomes a natural defender. You don't need much, just a clove or two gently cooked into your food each day can do wonders. If raw garlic upsets your stomach, roast it or simmer it into soups for a milder effect. Together, these 8 foods create a shield against the muscle loss, fatigue, stiffness, and internal inflammation that so often sneak up during rainy, inactive days. They're foods that not only nourish but actively support your body's healing processes. And unlike pills or synthetic supplements, they work with your body's natural rhythms, gently, powerfully, and without harsh side effects. Now here's a practical tip you might not expect. The timing of your meals matters too. During rainy, cool days, your digestion is slower. That means your biggest meal should be in the middle of the day, not at night. Eating a large dinner in the evening when your metabolism is winding down can increase inflammation and disrupt sleep. Instead, enjoy a warm, nutrient-rich lunch with some of the healing foods we've just discussed, and opt for a lighter dinner, like a bowl of bone broth with lentils or a banana with a spoonful of almond butter. Also, be sure to stay hydrated but not with cold water. During rainy weather, cold drinks can cause your body to tighten and slow digestion. Try sipping warm water with lemon, ginger tea, or herbal infusions throughout the day. This helps your kidneys flush out excess fluid and reduces joint stiffness. You don't need to do everything at once, but if you start with just one of these healing foods today, your body will thank you. Maybe it's a sweet potato roasted with turmeric and olive oil. Maybe it's a cup of ginger tea with a slice of banana on the side. Whatever it is, let it be a gentle reminder. Your body is always trying to heal. You just have to give it the right tools, especially when the clouds roll in. So now, you've taken a quiet but powerful journey. You've listened, reflected, maybe even remembered certain aches and twinges that showed up the last time the sky turned gray and the rain started to fall. Perhaps you've thought about the foods you reach for on gloomy days, the salty soups, the fried snacks, the cold desserts, and recognized how easily those little habits sneak in. How they seem comforting at first but leave you feeling heavier, more sluggish, more sore. But now, something has shifted. You've been shown a different path, one built not on restriction, but on renewal. You've learned that there are 8 foods that aren't just healthy. In theory, they're practical allies for your specific needs as a senior during the rainy season. They don't require fancy cooking, expensive stores, or a complete lifestyle overhaul. They just need your willingness to begin. And beginning doesn't mean perfection. It means choosing one small thing today. Maybe that means starting the day with warm water and a slice of banana, instead of skipping breakfast. Maybe it means adding a little turmeric and garlic to your soup at lunch, or blending cooked sweet potato into your evening meal. Maybe it's sitting with a warm mug of bone broth before bed, giving your joints the quiet nourishment they've been asking for. Because the truth is, you are still capable of change, gentle, meaningful change that supports your health instead of forcing your body to fight harder. At this stage in life, every food choice either becomes a tool for healing or a burden your body must work harder to carry. And when the weather turns wet and heavy, that burden feels even heavier. But it doesn't have to. With the right foods, warming, anti-inflammatory, hydrating, and rich in minerals, you can keep your strength. You can protect your kidneys, feed your muscles, calm your joints, and lift the fog that so often comes with the clouds. Rainy days can still be beautiful. Days of restoration, of gentleness, of reflection. But they don't need to be days of pain. They don't need to take away your mobility, your strength, your spark. You are not powerless in the face of aging. You are not at the mercy of the weather. You have more influence over how your body feels than you might realize, and that power begins with what you feed it. So, I want you to remember this. The choices you make in your kitchen matter. The warm ginger tea, the turmeric in your stew, the potassium in your banana, the collagen in your broth, these are not just ingredients, they are medicine, they are defense, they are nourishment for your joints, your heart, your kidneys, your muscles. They are the reason your next rainy day might feel a little easier than the last dot. And when you begin to feel that difference, the reduced swelling in your knees, the strength in your legs as you rise from your chair, the steadier energy throughout the day, I want you to know that it wasn't luck. It wasn't the weather changing, it was you. Your choices, your commitment, your decision to act. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by health advice. One day eggs are good, the next day they're not. One day it's all about supplements, the next it's all about fasting. But what you've heard today isn't a trend. It's a return to what your body has always known. That food can heal, that warmth and balance matter, that what you eat becomes what you feel. And if all of this resonates with you, if something in your heart or your body is saying, yes, I want to feel better, I want to feel stronger, I want to enjoy the rain without dread, then take that feeling seriously. Act on it. Start today. Choose one of these 8 foods and welcome it into your routine. Then build from there. One good habit makes room for the next. Your body is waiting not to be perfect, but to be cared for. You're never too old to feel better, never too old to get stronger, never too old to start healing. Every step you take, no matter how small, is still a step forward. And every meal is another chance to feed your future. If this message spoke to you, if it gave you clarity, comfort, or the spark of motivation you've been needing, I invite you to take one more small step. Click like, subscribe to this channel. Most importantly, share this video with a friend, a spouse, a neighbor, someone who's also been struggling with the weight of rainy days. Someone who needs to know that better days are still within reach. You're not alone in this. We're walking this path together. Through every storm, every ache, every quiet meal, you have support, you have strength, and you have a way forward. So go ahead, let the rain fall. Your body is ready now, because you're feeding it what it truly needs. And that, more than anything, is how healing begins.